Also, superannuation. I've just actually
Yep.
implemented this for one of my family members. So, could you walk us through this family allowance
Yeah.
agreement?
So one of the elements there is we talked about tax. So being able to pay. So there's two questions. It doesn't make sense, and this like extremely frustrates me. Is that you'll see a lot of lawyers will actually take money from a SMSF or superannuation fund and put it to the estate to then get contested.
Mm.
Whereas if we deal directly from the SMSF, which is the same as a company, it's governed by federal law. So these state-based family provisions laws in Queensland don't apply. So we want to look after our beneficiaries directly. So in order to do that, we need to show that they're dependent. Now, all our adult children, all of that, they're all treated as dependents. So from that perspective, if I've got my brother, I can't look after him separately unless he's financially dependent on me.
Mm.
Now, that's just the superannuation laws. But when we come into the tax laws, they've got a bit of a different angle on things. As I said, that if the money sitting inside the fund really have been from gains or earnings in the fund, from salary sacrifice or deductible contributions you've had in there, that when they come out, they're taxed at 17%, unless you're a spouse. Now, the one exception there is in fact, there's a couple, but the main one is if you are a financial dependent. Financial dependent is something that's determined at the time of the death of the individual. I think I go back to your strategy, Ben. I think the best one is to pull it all out, put it into a family protection trust before we go this. But
Yep.
If you are stuck and this happens, it's best to show that you got to show someone's financially dependent upon you, and it doesn't have to be wholly. It's just that it's partially, and that their existence in life is improved because of that ongoing continuous support. In all the cases, they're high court cases, there's always this ongoing continuous support. So there's been a number of ATO rulings saying that, for example, paying a dad who had been separated from the wife and his children were outside or living with the spouse, just paying those university fees on a consistent basis, they were held to be financial of the dad. And as a consequence of that, when the death benefits came out, there was no tax. And I've seen just, kids paying board to their mother. The mother would be treated as a financial dependent. So if you can get into that position, then you will do that tax saving. So the family allowance agreement is it becomes more of a contract, but it can be terminated any time. That monies will be paid by the senior members of the fund or anyone down to a family. And then that family, it's not only just one person, it's the whole family can then be looked after through that family allowance agreement. Now, you can't guarantee anything because, the courts and everything changes, but the Commissioner has been given some very favourable rulings along this line. But if you don't have an agreement in place and you don't have that evidence of ongoing support, then you're going to have to rely on what you rely on. I see too many people come and they say, oh, well, we gave our son $250,000, 2 years ago. We want to show that he's a financial dependent. Well, it's not working because it's not ongoing continuous, because they would have been better off, even if they'd lent him the 250, put up a 5 or 6% interest rate, and then just forgave each of those payments over a period of time, or forgave some periods over a period of time. That would have been a much better way of doing it. So again, the family allowance is for super is absolutely crucial.